Well, good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Come on in. I'm running a little bit late because I wanted to get some other stuff done. Of course, you think you got more minutes than you actually have, right? That's always what happens. You think I got more minutes. You look up and there's no more minutes. There's no more minutes. Like I'm all out of minutes. That's what happens. Okay, let me make sure that I've got us up and running over here so I can see the comments. Let me make sure I can see the comments. Well, good morning, all. It is Thursday or Thriday, as some people say. Happy Thriday, the day before the end of the week. Okay, I'm done with that. There we go. It can scroll. Yes, scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. Did any of you watch the Peakbot video yesterday? I hope some of you watched us live yesterday on Peakbot. Well, with Peakbot, we were with Dylan and Ben, the co-founders of Peakbot. They've got some tremendous stuff on the way. If you didn't watch the video, please do so. I'm going to go and grab the link and put it in the comments. Let me see if it's here. Yeah, it is. So that way you could take some time to watch the video because it was tremendous. I can just put that in. Okay. It was tremendous. Good old tremendous. Yeah, we got some good brokers. This is automated options for sellers, which a lot of different automated groups aren't checking for us sellers, but listen, that whole 1 day iron condor for the indexes or the indices that are zero DTE, but they're going to open and close for the next day. So you don't have to worry about pattern day trading and you're going to be able to pull in 25, 35%. I mean, the way Ben is doing it, he's going to a like a 25 delta. And if you do a 25 delta on both sides, you're definitely taking in $35 to $40 each time. And the bot is set to close it. And if something happens where it gets breached, the bot will close it early enough so that where there's no issues. Bruh, I mean, I'm just thinking about a way to have like automated profits, if you want to call it that. You set up one, let's say you set it up for SPY or you set it up for Triple Q and it runs every day. There's nothing that you have to do but put your $100 or your $200 or $300 in. I mean, it's going to be a one spread. So you can literally start with $100 as long as you've got a broker that's connected. They're doing the Schwab Connect is going to be live here in a minute. For those of us who are, I'm still on TD Ameritrade, but I'm switching over to Schwab like on May the 6th or something like that, which I'm glad Peakbot is going to have themselves up and running around that same time on Schwab because I don't want to have to go open another account like on a Tradier or somebody. I don't want to have to do that, but I want to be able to take advantage of this automated opportunity. Oh, y'all can tell I'm excited. Yes. And they're including SPX. As Janae said, yeah, good morning, Janae. Good morning, Nori. They are including SPX. That right there, automated SPX, child. Or as the kids say, girl. Yes, yes, and yes again. Okay. Let me go ahead and present my screen because I'm going to fool around and run out of time. This is our last class before my students go and have their final exam on Saturday. But we're getting ready. And in getting ready, you totally find out who ain't ready. I hope that's not the way it is when Jesus come back. That people gonna sit around looking like they ready, and then when the trumpet sounds, they not gonna be ready because the trumpet will sound in my pre-calculus class. That trumpet is gonna sound on Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. So I don't want anybody to miss when the trumpet sounds because it will be sounding in a couple of days. And they look ready, but some of them, not all of them, some of them don't even look ready. I ain't even gonna lie, some of them don't even look ready. And I'm teaching and they looking like deers in the headlights. I'm like, at this point, you shouldn't be deer in the headlights, and this should all be kind of coming together. You shouldn't be looking like I don't know what you're talking about. Not 2 days and 3 days before the exam. No, you might not know all that I'm talking about, but you should have an idea. Anyway, the VIX is at 16.79. It's a little bit up. We've had some earnings last night. Meta, which we're going to look at. Ooh, Meta just supposedly had good direction and then fell off a cliff, or one of the friends of ours in a group I'm in says falling off the bone. Basically, usually falling off the bone is a good thing. And I guess it could be good if you're selling puts or buying puts. I mean, if you're buying puts, something falling off the bone could be a good thing. But if you own equity or own shares in something that is tanking, yeah, that ain't a good thing, right? Okay, Yahoo Finance. Meta sinks as revenue forecast spooks the investors. Who revenue forecast? I think one thing that's happened with Meta is Mark Zuckerberg has started really divesting himself of his shares. He and his wife have decided they're going to give away the vast majority of the money that they sell their shares for. They're going to give a lot of that money away to various things. And folks are not sure what Mark Zuckerberg is doing, but they're like, okay, are you getting ready to leave Meta? You getting ready to do something different? You're moving into the bunker that you built in Hawaii. What is we doing? What is we? This is not good grammar, but this is what people ask when they're wondering what's going on. They start asking questions. Wall Street braces for Microsoft's earnings report while TikTok faces an uphill climb to avoid a ban. The president signed the ban into law yesterday, and I guess they have 270 days to find a new buyer. Now, my question is this for TikTok: what's the new buyer going to do? Is there like new rules and guidelines for this new buyer? Does this new buyer now have to do some stuff? Like, is there rules, boundaries for the new buyer? Can they not do this or not do that? Is that what the new buyer is going to do? Because I feel like all these social media companies are capturing data and using it for whatever they use it for. I don't personally see how what TikTok is doing is different than what Meta does or what Snapchat does or what Amazon does, calling all the big names, what Google does, which is how you can be talking in your house, and of course, Alexa's always listening. And then next thing you know, you open up your phone and the stuff you were talking about shows up on your phone. But your phone was sitting off. Okay. Hmm. Stock futures tumble after Meta's reality check. That's just my soapbox. I'm just thinking that I don't see the big difference of things. Anyway, Tesla has a big question mark around it right now. Yeah, Chipotle earnings, limited time offerings. No, Chipotle is going to do a 50-1 split here in a minute. And that's, people are excited about that because a lot more people would trade Chipotle, I believe. People would trade Chipotle if the price target was more, reachable or accessible, as they say. If it was more accessible. At this point, Chipotle's price point is not accessible for the masses. Okay, it's not accessible for the masses. Janae says, now I see what they mean. Don't trade earnings. The big dogs affect the overall market. Absolutely. The big dogs affect the overall market. I agree. It feels like somebody went to snatch a piece of the pie. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's different. Hey, Tanya. Hey, Tamar. How y'all doing? That's how it is. It's weird, right? So let's move to the next one. We do have, I'm going to go to our calendar this morning first. Today is Thursday, right? Got to keep the days together. Advanced GDP at 8:30 came in. Let me refresh this because I had this open early. Refresh this. Advanced GDP quarter over quarter, it was a miss. They thought it was going to be 2.5% and it's 1.6%. Okay, I think gross domestic product is like what we pay for stuff. Say, why do we care? It's the broadest measure of economic activity and the primary gauge of the economy's health. Okay, that's what the GDP, it's the annualized change in the inflation adjusted value of all goods and services produced by the economy. That's why it's not a good thing if it's down in red. Unemployment claims 207,000. So we've got less unemployment claims than we did, about 7,000 less than last week. Advanced GDP price index 3.1 is right along with what they expected. The goods trade balance is down 91.8 billion, which was what they anticipated. The preliminary wholesale inventories month over month is 0.4%. Pending home sale shows up at 10 o'clock. That's a red folder. Natural gas storage 10:30. One of the things I've seen I know just in my, small area, I live in Florida, for those of you who didn't know that. But what I see is that people who have their houses for sale are needing to price them, depending on where they are, they're needing to price them at such a place that the people who will have to buy them aren't necessarily, there's a big disconnect between what the sellers need to sell their houses for and what buyers want to buy them for, because of the interest may be a piece of it, the cost of money, getting yourself closed. And so there's a divide between, I may need to sell my house for, 400,000 or 250, let's use a number, 250,000. But the people who are buying don't want to buy it for 250,000, not knowing what the outlook is going forward. So you have a mismatch between these two things at this point. So pending home sales is why that's a red folder. In the pre-market, the Dow is down 1.17%. S&P futures is down 1.22. NASDAQ futures down 1.59. Oil is green and the 10-year bonds are green. Stock futures fall as Meta Platforms shares sell off after earnings. They sold off really big and really bad. Hey, Karen. In Europe, we've got 80% red and a 20% green, or 1 out of 5 is green. Okay. And in Asia, we've got a 60-40 red. ASX, Nikkei, and Kospi are all down. ASX is kind of almost flat. It's 0.01% red. Hang Seng and Shanghai are both green. Nikkei leads losses in Asian markets as rally halts. South Korea beats first quarter GDP expectations. All right. So those two are good things. I probably wanted to keep MSNBC open because I wanted to see the biggest movers this morning. S&P, look at this now. This is where manipulation. Yeah. How do you open and close within $1? A $5,000 price point opens and closes within $1. How does that happen today? You know how that happens? Manipulation. Yeah, that's how that happens. It's manipulation. That's how it happens. Not sure why that's doing its thing and doing all this moving. But anyway, that's what happened. 50.71 yesterday was where we ended up. I wanted to go now to talk about what earnings and stuff, and then I'll talk about Atom, and then I will swing back to look at Meta. Come on, add to the stage. Add to the stage. Add to the stage. My computer's going slower than my clicks. I think I'm going to have to invest in me another computer so I can have one for just streaming, because when I'm doing all this other stuff, my computer bogs down. I just need one that's just for streaming. If anybody's got any just streaming computer ideas, Q Techie Trader, maybe suggest them so I can see about adding me another streaming laptop. Okay, anyway, our earnings for this season. Here we go. No, not what I wanted. Here we go. This is what I wanted. Looks like we have last night, we had Meta, IBM, Ford, Chipotle, Valley, Align, all of those good people. And this morning we've got, who are these people? OSI Systems look like. Royal Caribbean this morning, American Airlines, Altria, Caterpillar, Southwest, Bristol Myers, AstraZeneca is there. I'm not sure who's underneath there because I can't see that. Let me turn off the banner so I can see who's at the bottom. Okay, Mobileye. And aftermarket today, we've got Microsoft, Google, those are going to report. Intel, INTC, Snap is reporting, Roku, Western Digital, a lot of powerhouses after the market today, and Skechers. As Janae was saying, you basically, during earnings season, a lot of traders talk about trading light. And you trade light because you can have a position over on something. Let's say, for example, I see that we've got Southwest Airlines and American Airlines. United Airlines is not reporting, but if you're trading United Airlines and they move in sympathy with the other airlines, then your stock or your trade may be affected by another thing in the sector. Same thing with the semiconductor. I think TSM was earlier this week. UPS was on Tuesday, and of course FedEx would feel the heat. I had a song for that. I decided to hold back on the song for y'all this morning, but I did have a song to go with that. Tomorrow morning, though, we will have Exxon. So if you're in my community and you're trading Exxon, which I happen to have an Exxon trade that is open as a credit spread, I will most likely close it today because my good trade is at like 80% at this point. I really wanted to make sure I let the peak bot run the bot all the way through, but my mama didn't raise no dummy. So I'm probably gonna close it. I did ask the question yesterday on the call though about when does the watch list peak bot talk about earnings for the subsequent week? Because when I was selecting Exxon, I didn't see on the watch list that it was going to have earnings this Friday, because I may have selected something different, but it's been a good trade. So I probably will close it today though, so that way I close it in front of earnings. No reason to hold it through and have to pray in the morning. Pray in the morning. No, I'm going to go ahead and use wisdom and close it, and then we'll set up something for next Friday, because the peak bot enters that trend spread. It enters it on Friday for the next Friday expiration. So I'll pick something else for the next Friday. Yeah, yeah, I got a song for it. When I hit go, I remember, and y'all know I have to infuse the music. Must be the music. I don't know if this is like a Tourette's time thing. I don't have Tourette's, and I'm not claiming that. I'm just saying that there's times when I'm talking and then a song pops in at the same time. Maybe that's a sign of an unfocused mind or the ADHD brain. Maybe some of that is going on. Anyway, Exxon is in the morning. Chevron, AbbVie is in the morning. I think this is Colgate. Yeah, Colgate, Palmolive, HCA Healthcare, Charter, ACM, Autoliv, Centene, and Ball is all in the morning. So those who do the mason jars, doesn't Ball do mason jars? Do they do anything else besides mason jars? Do y'all know? Not that they don't do plenty with mason jars, but that's what I remember that Ball does, is mason jars. Okay, let's run. Here we go. So Adam Mancini says, and he trades the ES futures. Okay, he trades futures, but he trades it level to level as a buyer. We are sellers, but because he has good levels, we use his information to help us see the movement of what could be the potential movement of SPX. All right. There's currently a 40-point gap between SPX and ES. I put that at the bottom so you'll know there's a gap there. And how am I coming up with these numbers? So in case you go to his tweets, because he tweets throughout the day. If you go to his tweets throughout the day, you want to see what is he saying in real time. At the bottom here, I told you there's 40 points between it. So whatever number he gives, subtract 40 points. And every morning I'll make sure that you have that gap closes over time. That's why you'll see it adjusting. But anyway, after 165-point clean rally in SPX off last week's lows, it saw its first retrace yesterday, dipping to 50.37 support, where we spent the whole night basing. Expect another mess today. Y'all see this? Expect a mess, because a lot of times the market has to recover from what happened with Meta, and tonight people are anticipating Google and Alphabet and INTC. So you may have some consolidation today. Plan today, 50.37 and 50.27 are supports. As long as we're above 50.27, then 50.48 and 50.64 are live. If 50.27 fails, then we could sail to 50.14. Those are the numbers for today. And those who have used Adam's numbers can do a hardy check, because Adam's stuff be on point. Okay? In Living Color was a great show. It would not make it now, though. It would definitely be canceled, because they were right on the edge of some of those touchy subjects My husband was listening to a Bernie Mac comedy skit yesterday, and I was like, oh yeah, Bernie Mac would have been canceled in this particular season because all the stuff he was talking about, he definitely would not have made it. And same thing with In Living Color. In Living Color would have had to do some things different because, yeah. I think Adam just posted another tweet, so if somebody looks at it, they can see it popped up on my phone with a notification. Anyhow, let's look at our trades. We got some trade opportunities. I wanted to take a look at some of these iron condor spreads down here. If there's something else on this list that you want us to take a look at, then put it in the chat. I won't have the same amount of time that my counterpart has to go through and check charts as well as he does, because he definitely gets in there. I won't have that time, but I will look at some stuff if we can. Okay. Let's see. We wanted to go look at Meta, didn't we? Let's turn this back to a onesie. We can do Meta. I can do it on the 30-minute because I just really want us to see what happened in the post-market. After earnings, this reported, well, we went from 493, they went from 493 down to 436. That's like a 60-point drop. And then it dropped some more down as low as 40, actually went down as low as 399. Woo. Went from 440 to 399 or 400, and that rejected. It started to recover a bit, popped back up to like 430, and it is currently in the 417s area. So starting yesterday at 493, it's currently at 417. But according to my time frame continuity, it is on the rise. Maybe the people who, did puts or selling or whatever are starting to buy maybe at this low price. Some of the buying algorithms have kicked in, the buy orders have kicked in, and there's some buying that's happening. We'll have to see how Meta opens. It might provide an opportunity for you. You definitely would want to see what is the bottom. And if you're trading as a seller, which we do, right, you may want to look to see what is the low. Currently it's at 419. Let me see if I went to go look. Come on, if we went to Meta, these numbers are not going to be accurate because the market is closed. But if you want to look underneath, I don't want to go there. I can go back here and we can look at what would be support that's under the 419 area. It's been a minute since Meta was down here. Ooh, and the Meta's in the middle of this huge gap. Y'all see this? That's why we're so low. That's why we're low, 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 low. It has fallen right into this humongo gap. And let's see if we can get a rectangle. I'm going to take the gap down to here because it. The gap goes as low as 394. Okay, that's a huge old gap. And right now, price is in the middle of the gap. Now, remember, I told you all that inside of a gap, you will have these levels: 25 drop, 50% drop, 75% drop, and 100%. So at this point, the price is a little bit past the 50% drop. I'm not sure if y'all can see that there's a little light line right here where my mouse is. And that's a little bit past the 50% mark, but that's what's happening with here. And these levels inside of the gap will provide some support. Now, it may support it just enough for a small bounce. It may bounce all the way. It may bounce a bit and then fall some more. We don't know, but you definitely can watch to see what is going on. I tend to think that there may be a little more dropping for Meta. Maybe it'll finish the gap. Not investment advice, just my speculation. Yes, just my speculation. But I'm thinking that may happen with Meta. All right. What did I have? United Airlines, I wanted to look at. United Airlines, we had them on the list for an iron condor this week. And what we had was 49 as the put and 53 as the call. Looks like in the pre-market, let me see, we had 53. I'm going to put us a line on here so you'll know where we had, and that was before market opened. So on Monday. So you might have, after you looked at it, you may have determined that there's a different spot, which I'm looking now. I believe 54 may be a better position, but it does have on the daily, there is a red. Good Thursdays are good days to do iron condors, and we were down as low as 49. I'm looking this way because it's written on my notes. Okay, this was the iron condor zone we talked about. You got a reversal that happened here at the top of this resistance. And if you can get 54 or above 54, you may be able to really get, I don't know what kind of premiums you'll get down here around 49. You may not get as many, but if you're just entering United Airlines, if you were entering it earlier this week, then this put credit spread side should be closed. It should be definitely have been ready to close. If not, you probably can pull up into the 51 zone, get underneath this small gap here, and that could maybe give you a little closer premiums. And then you just need it to stay between 51 and the 54 in order for it to expire. That's United Airlines. I do think we have a couple of airlines though. Didn't we say American is reporting? Did they report this morning or they're reporting? They reported this morning. So take a check to see at this point in the pre-market, United Airlines is currently at $52. So, look at the strikes to see if UAL could offer you some opportunities for a trade for a credit spread, maybe iron condor even expiring tomorrow. I'm putting it on my list. You're on my list. Don't get on my list, okay? Let's look also at Oracle, ORCL. Actually, I have Verizon, Oracle, Coca-Cola, and UAL. We're going to look at Oracle though. Oracle in the pre-market is at 113. We looked at this one for an iron condor. We had 112 and 117. So what we had was 117, which would have been here, which is here. And we have 112, which is down here. It is definitely in that zone, and it's been in that zone all week, right? The time frame continuity shows it as it with more downwards pressure going, but there's definitely, we've had 2 doji days here. So an iron condor could definitely work. I see this as a support there at 114. So you could actually maybe even get a little closer. What did I say, 112? You could actually get a little closer here, probably get more underneath this 114 since you're right here at one more day left. You may do a put credit spread underneath this 114 and a call credit spread above at 117 or higher. Could definitely offer some opportunities. Anybody got any questions? I didn't see any tickers get put in the chat. We got a lot to look at. So again, as sellers, time decay works for us, and we're on Thursday. So one more day and it's going to close up. It may be a good time to deploy your capital, as they say. Might be a good day to deploy your capital. Okay, we're looking also at Verizon. Verizon was also on our list for iron condor this week between 39 and 42. 39. Now the 39 one, oh, it's still below 30. It's still above 39 though. There it is. 39 is right there. If I was entering it today, this big drop from Verizon the other day was what, Tuesday, Monday, because today's Thursday, gonna be here. Between 42 and, now 42 is way up here. So it's 42. Current price is closer to the 39. Yesterday's candle was a doji, meaning it could go either way. Time frame continuity shows that it could be going downward some more. I think if I was looking here, I'd look down below this 38.58, maybe go down to 38.5, right? Maybe go down to 38.5. What is this, Verizon? See what 38.5 is looking like. If you're going with this Friday, it's paying a whole $1. The market is closed though. 39 is it's a 0.5, so you really 39 probably could be it. But when you're looking at it, those premiums are too low for what you're going to, for the amount of stress you're going to put yourself through. You could just look on the call credit spread side. Let's see if there's call credit spread side. We had 42, but I think that's a little far away. Up 0.5 puts us at 40. That's an 81% probability out of the money. And actually 39 is a 60, say 63%. We get ready to open. That's why the numbers are moving. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, so looks like 38 is better. 38.5, like I said, 38.5 is probably better on the bottom side. And on the top side, looks like 40. So let's see if we change this to 38.5 is actually paying $8 for 50-cent spread. And 40 is paying $3. Okay, that's Verizon. That's Verizon. Let's go see how we opened this morning. What do I have on the charts? Okay, you're taking longer than I want you to take. Okay, so let's go here to SPX. Chum, 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 chum. 5 minutes. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Okay, so this is SPX. Opened with a gap down at 5,002. The hourly continuity is green. Weekly, the daily is red at this point. You need a little bit of time to see how that shakes out, but we did open with a gap down at this point. Let's also go check out Meta once again. Meta is in the gap. It's definitely in the case, you know how you people say, I'm good under the circumstances. It is under its circumstances. Let me see. I need you to let me lighten this. I need this gap to my little thingy here to let me lighten it. Come on. Okay, I'm going to save myself. Going out to a daily chart. Ooh, what happened here? Now, what you doing? Well, this just got weird looking. Okay, I just want you to let me get it a little bit lighter. Here we go. You can go back to the 5-minute chart. This is what's happening. That shaded area is the gap. Boom, 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 boom. Time frame continuity shows it going down some more, so you may consider call credit spread in a safe place. Let's see what we see right now would be a safe place. Monitor. Where we at? Meta. We're at Meta. Single life. 72 at 430. 430 would be 72%. If you want to go a little higher, anything above 430. 435 may also work. 430 or 435 expiring tomorrow. 430 or 435. 430 is paying $45 for a 2.5 spread, and 435 is paying, let me click on it, $45 for a 2.5 spread. Okay, 2.5, you pull in 45 or $50, 20% return on your money. Deciding whether that's of interest to you. Sure, you. Okay. Let's go back to SPX. Our red, our green candle that was our first open has now turned red again. So let's see what's going on there. We've got what we got for SPY. SPY is open the same way, going downwards. Triple Q going downwards. Amazon had a long wick. It's trying to stop. Like, we need to stop it. Also going downwards as far as time frame continuity shows. We've got a downwards motion happening there as well. Okay. Got some stuff going on. Some stuff going on. Don't forget, I say this regularly because I want us to make sure that we're comfortable and confident in our ability to find our own levels and our ability to really trend analysis, trend analyze, technically analyze for ourselves. And some of that, all of that starts with the chart. All right. This is a free webinar. For the free webinar, you can go and start with the chart. It's going to help you to get a good understanding as a basics. If you're a basic charter, if you know a little bit about charting and you want to expand on that, it does talk about indicators and some candles and that kind of thing, and what candles mean what kind of patterns you're looking at. It's actually a really good, if I say so myself, it's a really good little 40-minute look at starting with the chart and how do you manage the charting pieces going forward. Okay. I wanted to also see our biggest movers. Let's see if CNBC has that. Or at least we can look at what are the biggest movers for the day. I think they must post them like 9 o'clock or something like that, 9:30, because every time I look for them before that, I can't find them. And even now I'm not seeing them on the page. Usually they pop up at the top as like a little red thing like this. Okay. Southwest cuts growth plans, warning effect of Boeing airplane delays will last into 2025. All righty. Y'all can't see that. I know I was looking at something that y'all couldn't see. Our daily declaration. I declare I'm a great trader. I declare I'm a successful trader. I declare I'm a focused trader. I declare my wins exceed my losses. My accounts grow more and more each week. I'm a wise and knowledgeable trader. I always make smart and lucrative decisions for my portfolios. I declare I'm a level-headed trader who does not trade my emotions. Our daily prayer is that, Lord, it is you who gives us the power to get wealth. You teach our hands to war with the purpose of establishing your kingdom. Help us today to trade wisely and strategically in order to fulfill this purpose. Give us more than enough so we can have what we need and enough to be a blessing to others. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. Well, we're going to do what we do. Yes. What is it we do every day? We do at least 3 things, but at least 2 things. And sometimes I've added the third thing is we're going to stay green. We're going to get this money and we're going to have a great green day. All righty. I'm going to see you all later. Definitely see you in the chat. See you in the market. And for those of you who are with our live coaching, I will see you this evening at 8 o'clock. Do your homework. Okay. Goodbye, everybody.